Hey guys, it's Darren, and I'm here with Care Bear. That's Darrell. And The Rock. That's James right there. These guys have really good handles. And we're doing a little Road Team Fitness Club check-in. We started this idea of kind of teaming up together, those of us on the road team, to try to get in better shape. And for a couple of our guys on the team, it's working. And we've got Darrell here who's helping us with this, coaching us with this. If you've seen some of the other videos, you'll know that he is basically a personal trainer who just happens to drive a truck, which is awesome. So we wanted to check in with James because I don't know if you can tell, but I can. Dude is shrinking.
Yep.
Dude is shrinking. I love it. I love it, man. So tell us what's going on. What have you been doing different you must be feeling better. Your clothes must be fitting better. Tell us what's going on, man.
So when I started this, I started with the book. I worked on an idea of like cutting out calories and just counting my calories every day.
Yeah.
And I think I started off too extreme. And that's when I had the phone call with you and Darrell.
Yeah.
And we worked out a better plan so that I wouldn't go into what he called starvation mode, and like it wouldn't start helping me. It would more detrimental to what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So I started following with what Darrell was telling me, like my body count, doing by my weight. And then I just did a little deficit instead of the big one that I was aiming for. And it's really helped. I try to pick the healthier options when I can when I'm in the stores. I'm not going to lie, the last couple weeks I've been kind of like falling off the rails a little bit, but it happens because, again, it is harder when you're out here OTR and you're trying to find those healthier options and stuff for, the water, for the low sugar, things like that. So
that's right. When you're living in the truck like you are, and you're always moving because you're one of our mentors, that makes it more tough. Those of you that have local jobs, I'm still not saying it's easy, but if you're getting home every day or every other day or a couple of times a week, that makes it easier to, go to the grocery store and get the correct food instead of just having to rely on truck stop food. But you're doing it, man.
What I'm down a whole. I started this off when I was at the hotel with you guys at the rodeo.
Yeah.
I started it at 344 pounds. I'm not gonna try to lie or be like, oh, I was a big guy. No, I'll tell you the weight. I was 344. I was with Gene. He was behind me when he saw the scale, and I saw that's where it really hit me. But when I recently weighed myself, I want to say 2 weeks ago, I just hit 320 pounds.
Nice.
So,
absolutely.
So since I believe it was March or May, in the last 3 months, I've lost 24 pounds. So
dude, nice.
I'm trying to hit that goal.
What do you got, Coach Darrell? What do you got for our young man here?
So first of all, man, Mr. Darren said it. You're killing it, brother, and you're doing it under harder circumstances than most. And celebrate that. I don't have a display, but 5 pounds of fat is like this big. And to lose 25 pounds, as a truck driver on the road is just absolutely amazing. Definitely keep going, but pat yourself on the back and celebrate that. And then let's celebrate the next 5 pounds, celebrate the next 5 pounds. I know it's kind of hard to, make sure you're still staying hydrated. When you're kind of on the thicker side, like you and I are, our body tends to hold on to water. So try to keep that bad boy up to a gallon and a half to 2 gallons a day. You'll start shedding it more, but it will also help your body, clean itself out and all that good stuff. I'm so proud of you. I really am, bro. There you go, Mr.
Thanks,
Darren.
man.
We got it going. And I've said this many times, especially to you and Big Slice. You're gonna inspire more people than I can. There's I came into the truck driving industry after being a power lifter for, 17 years. So I had all this muscle already. And a lot of times people will make excuses or, oh, well, he's on this supplement or whatever. But you're going to touch home and inspire somebody who, might be, so depressed they can't see straight. So keep it up. Keep telling people what you're doing. And if you ever need help, going into the grocery store or anything with different kinds of proteins or whatever, I did OTR for a short minute. I've been dedicated, like Mr. Darren said, it's easier. I get to go to a truck stop or a grocery store every week, get to prep my food at home and all that good stuff. The other thing that I think is amazing that needs to be pointed out is you're away from your family. You're living in your truck. So you're also mentally, making yourself healthier. So keep it up. And I'm just so crazy stinking proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely.
The goal for this year, and I told Darren, and I might have told you too, Darrell, is I want to lose by next year if I get the chance to come back to the rodeo next year. When I get to the rodeo next year, I want to be down 100 pounds at least. I want to be down to 244 next year. If I can get lower or close to it, but I want to hit that goal of 100 pounds.
You're a quarter of the way there, brother. And it's only been, 3 months, 4 months. So you can definitely do it. Definitely keep going on. Now, what's going to happen just to prepare you is you're going to get to a certain point where the weight loss jumps aren't going to be as big. That's where we got to adjust the calories. But even if it's just on your 30-minute break, doing a brisk 30-minute walk, believe it or not, walking is a lost art. Not lollygagging, but a brisk 30-minute walk can help you burn some more calories and keep everything going. What a lot of people make the mistake of, they think they need to be breathing hard and heavy. What happens is there's 3 energy cycles in the body. The creatine cycle, or the what they call I'm having a brain fart. The second part is the anabolic or the creatine cycle. So after about 5 minutes, we move out of the whatever the first cycle is, and then we go into the anaerobic. Now, what happens is we're burning calories there. A lot of people think they need to go into the aerobic or the oxidative stage where they're breathing heavy, where really you're just burning air for energy. And the last time I checked, there hasn't been a doctor tell me we have stored air in our body. So it's those brisk walks keep you in the anaerobic state. So definitely, like I said, I'm just so crazy proud of you and so excited to be along the journey and being a teammate of yours and just a friend of yours. So definitely keep it up.
Thanks,
brother.
man.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Darrell, is that what people mean when they say zone 2 cardio?
Yes. So if you want to do numbers, I know you're a numbers guy and you're like a walking calculator. So you want to stay anywhere between 65 and 85% of your max heart rate. And that's where you're in the fat burning zone or zone 2. So it's kind of really easy. It's 220 minus your age and then course times 0.65 or 0.85. And you'll find your generic, fat burning percentage. But really, I've yet, unless I've worked with a few people that are 600-700 pounds. A brisk walk, you'll naturally stay in there. But now when I had those 600-pound people, we went 20 feet. We were already in the oxidative state. So depending on that, that stage.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that is the zone 2 or the fat burning stage. One thing, James, you could add in too, it's called the 30-30 rule. There's actually a book. I can't remember the gentleman's name, actually met him. But early in the morning when you start your shifts, it's 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking up, followed by 30 minutes of, moderate to intense cardio. Now, when I say intense, I mean on the high end of that fat burning zone. Get out there, walk for 30 minutes real briskly, get back in the truck and take off. That will help out as well. But yeah, but that's the zone 2 that people refer to. Yes, sir.
Like that, man. Yeah, if you can get that done, if you can wake up early enough, get rolling or get moving before you get rolling and do what you just said. You said 30-30-30, right?
30-30-30, yeah. So it's 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking up, followed by 30 minutes of cardio.
What does 30 grams of protein look like if you're a truck driver? Where do you get that?
So to be honest with you, if you're going to try to do that and then get out and move, I would tell you to simply get a protein shake. It's usually 1 scoop is about 25 grams. A chicken breast has anywhere from 8 to 16 grams of protein. So you'd have to eat 4, then try to get out there and move. if you're going to use a food source, I would use eggs. There's 8 grams of protein per egg. Again, that's still going to be in your stomach a little bit. But so 8 eggs that would be what? So 8 times. So if we would go 8 times 6 is 48. So 8 times 4 or 5 eggs.
Wow.
Get in there. But yeah, if you're going to do that early in the morning, I would use a protein shake. Just
And that
slam
way
it.
you're getting some hydration too.
Yes, absolutely.
What if you were to recommend for James, for example, what protein, you're talking about whey protein here, what would you go get?
I would either get a blend or what we call a meat protein. What I mean by a blend is because whey protein gets digested really fast and it will work, but a blend will be whey, egg, and casein. So what they'll talk about is, I don't know if I'm allowed to say brands or not, but
Of course. Yeah.
whey is real fast. Okay, whey is real fast, and then eggs kind of slower, and then casein's a really, really slow digested protein. So like Jocko, ex-Navy SEAL, he puts out a great protein. I mean, there's some good ones out there. Gorilla Mind put out a great protein. Jim Stepani puts out a great protein. JYM. I use Mark Bell's meat protein. What's called steak protein. And it's just a different. Yeah, so it's called the steak shake. The chocolate is the most chocolatey chocolate you'll ever get. The vanilla is the most vanilla-y. No wonder they call me Care Bear. I like these cute little words. Vanilla-y, vanilla. You'll get to have other flavors. But yeah, so I would either use a blend or something that's going to be slower digestive because whey doesn't always sit with everybody. But if you use a blend, then you're not getting a ton of that. Now, you really want to go extreme. I have liquid egg whites from Costco. I buy the small carton. I'll chug just the egg whites and roll. So
that's
it's
extreme.
not it's not slimy like egg whites. It's liquid. Yeah. But yeah, there's some great blends out there. If you ever go to the store and you need some help, call me because obviously the salespeople inside of GNC or whatever are going to try to sell you a bunch of other stuff. And, we don't do that. But yeah, there's some really good blends out there and great flavors. If you ever do get to go to Costco, since you're out there, they actually sell a coffee protein now. So it's protein, little caffeine, and coffee. I bought them for my wife. Now she has no problem doing that 30-30-30 rule because she chugs her coffee, walks the dog for 30 minutes, comes back, gets ready for the day, and then takes the kids to school. So, and you can get a lot of what they call RTD proteins, ready to drink proteins out there that can help you just chug it and rock and roll as well. Yeah.
Tell us about this coffee protein. I need to hear more about that. Do you know what the brand is?
I can text my wife and then text it to you.
Okay, and I'll put it in the video.
Yeah. So my son, growing up, he's a sophomore now. He was having a hard time. If he takes the protein powder and the shaker, he won't drink it. So we started just buying him a bunch of RTDs, which means ready to drink from Costco. Well, in fact, when I was home this past weekend, we were going. And I think it's 30 grams of protein with coffee mixed in it. Because what I'll do, I will take my vanilla protein and put it in my coffee and make a little latte. But for her, right? Because she's a single mom while I'm gone, it's just easy for her to grab it. And I'll text her to send a picture. And then I'll send it to you. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I know there's somebody else that has another. I think it's Jocko. It is Jocko. And you can get his stuff almost anywhere. He has a coffee mocha latte protein flavored that has a little bit of caffeine in it.
Love it.
Now,
how do you spell Jocko?
It's Jocko.
Okay, let's find this here. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got some really great flavors. His stuff mixes really, really easily, so you don't need to shake it up. I mean, he's got a caramel something. He's got vanilla. He's got chocolate. Chocolate peanut butter is bomb. You'll find out that I should probably be a chocolate peanut butter Care Bear. I can eat those two. Yeah, I can eat those two all day long. Now, another cool trick, too, for both of you is about 50 grams. I know it sounds like a lot. 2 scoops of a casein protein, which is a very slow digestive protein, has been clinically tested to go out and help you burn fat throughout the night and keep your muscles fed.
Mm. Cool. Yeah, I'm on GNC here. Obviously, there's other flavors. You've got a black cherry and vanilla.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Yeah, so GNC, Vitamin Shop, any kind of supplemental store will have Jocko stuff.
Cool.
You could go on Amazon too. I did this when I was helping out in West Memphis. Is go on to Amazon and sent to an Amazon box at a QT or something like that. Like you're going to be resetting or anything, they'll ship it overnight and get it to you. So he has RTD drinks ready to drink, or he has the powder as well.
Cool.
In fact, I think I got some vanilla of Jocko. Yeah,
that is awesome. The other thing, and Eric is going to do a video on this, but what he's been doing, like if he's parked at a truck stop, and if he needs some stuff, he'll just like use the Walmart. If there's a Walmart close, he'll use the Walmart app on his phone. Here's what I need. Deliver it to me.
Yep. Bring
it to my truck. It works great. That way you don't have to worry about driving over to Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. So I got vanilla, Jocko's protein. And what I like about it is he also puts digestive enzymes in his stuff. It's made without soy and gluten. So, but his blend is egg, casein, and a little bit of whey. So that's when you see time release, that's what they're talking about. It just takes a little longer to digest.
Good.
Yeah, big time.
Awesome.
I had a question for you, Darrell.
Yes, sir.
What do you think, and what is your opinion on amino acids?
Okay, so amino acids, think of your protein broken down even further. So you need amino acids. They're the building blocks. So the body breaks it down from a protein down to amino acid and then distributes where it's at. But now on the other side of that coin, amino acids is kind of like saying truck drivers, and there's 60,000 companies, because there's amino acids that for your eyes, there's amino acids that will help, open up your blood vessels. There's amino acids for digestion. There's amino acids. So what I think you're probably referring to is either BCAAs, your branched chain amino acids, or your EAAs, your essential amino acids. Those are the building blocks for your muscles. So I use those in my water. So when I'm unloading or drinking in my water, I get tired of water. So I'll go to my EAAs and just put a couple scoops in there just to flavor it. And, for now, especially driving on the road, if you just want to flavor your water, those are good. When you get to start actually working out, that would be more efficiently time to use your EAAs, your essential amino acids, or your branched chain amino acids.
Yeah. I just wondered because like I remember when I used to be fit, because I probably shared it with you too, but if I didn't, when I met my wife, when we first met together, I used to weigh 172 pounds. I was 5% body fat. I was like on top of like everything and anything that went in and out of my body. Like I didn't just count like calories. I counted trans fats. I counted the proteins, the salt, the sugar, anything that was in the food. I knew what was in it and how much.
Yep.
That way I would keep in my head like what I needed and what I didn't need. So like, yeah, when I met my wife, of course we get that, like we get married and stuff, we get what we call comfort weight, that husband body.
Sure.
But it didn't help. I moved to Turkey for like 10, 12, like about 12 years. And the food over there is just amazing. Like it's like a never ending smorgasbord of like delicious foods. Like you just always something new to try and taste. And that kind of helped with the increase in my body weight and everything like that. And then when I came back, when I sat down in the truck is when I realized after 2 years of being in the truck, because I don't know if I've ever met any of you when I first started, I was a little bit thinner when I started this journey, and just sitting around and not moving and not taking care of what I'm eating, what's going in. I'm just like, oh, that looks good. That smells good. I don't care calorie wise, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It really hit me right before I went to the rodeo. I was on a call with my friends. I have a trucker group that I follow. and I wasn't even paying attention, but I was just eating in front of them, and I was eating a triple cheeseburger from McDonald's, and one of the guys was just watching me eat it while everybody was talking, and they're like, "Dude, you ate that like it was a cupcake, bro. You ate it in 4 bites. Like, did you not even count?" Like, they're like, "Dude, you're not supposed to eat that fast," and things like that. You're supposed to chew. And I realized, like, I'm just eating because, and I think part of it, like what you said, like things in our past, and then also big part of it too is like boredom in the truck. It's more of just like something to do versus
Sure.
just sitting around, and it's just like it gets crazy on
Mhm.
how fast and how far away it gets away from you, and you don't even realize it until
Yeah.
you got the big gut.
And I've had to really change. I used to be, a cheeseburger fanatic, and then I started realizing how much fat is in burgers when you buy them out. So either make them at home, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Everything's done in stages. I
Yeah.
really get disappointed when I was a personal trainer full time, and people would eat one bad meal or have one bad day and give up. You're just one meal getting back on track. So okay, that's what we did in the past, but like you said, you kind of messed up for the last couple of days. Cool. You're one meal getting right back on track. When you talk about amino acids, and this is something you might like, Mr. Darren. So there's a doctor that I follow, Dr. Gary Brecka, and the perfect amino. These are one of probably the most purest bioavailable, meaning the body knows what to do with amino acids that I can find. Now it's a little pricey, but to me, when you're paying for your health, I think it's worth it. But there are some other good ones out there as well. I just to me, Gary Brecka's like God, Holy Spirit, Jesus, and then Gary Brecka's up there. So he's a little beneath those guys. So if he says it, I pretty much live it. Yeah.
Good recommendation.
Absolutely.
Hey, we need to close it out here, but I have a question for you, Darrell, and something that I've been trying lately. I think a lot of us have a weakness for starches in general, bread, rice, pasta. And I have a particular weakness for chips.
Okay.
And I think we all do. They're just, they taste amazing, and you get the crunch, you get the saltiness. And what I've been trying to do when I get that chip, that urge to go get a bag of chips, I go for some nuts, some salted roasted nuts, peanuts, cashews, whatever. And it seems to kind of hit that same place that's looking for the chips. What do you think about that?
So that's excellent source. And what I'm hearing is your body's craving something, and it's probably salt and sodium. Yeah. So we can, salt our food and do the good stuff. But peanuts are actually kind of like a superfood. I'm not going to get into conspiracy or anything, but there's a reason why the peanut allergy has increased over the last 20 years, where there was no such thing before. Is they didn't want us to eat peanuts. So peanuts is a good choice. Now, if you really like potato chips, though, Costco sells only a single flavor, but look up protein chips.
Yeah, protein chips. Yeah.
Protein chips. And what they are is they're thinly sliced chicken baked in egg whites, and they have all kinds of different flavors, and those are amazing. Quest puts out a protein chip as well. Okay. So I would tell you to, you either try the chips, but peanuts are absolutely amazing. And you can look up, when I crave this, what does my body really want? And it will show you different things.
Okay.
But, and a lot of times, and I tell people, instead of fighting the craving, okay, go get it, but eat it in, smaller amounts. But there are protein chips out there that are just absolutely amazing.
Okay. There we go. That's a good recommendation. It'll hit that spot, and also get you some protein.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, James, you good, bro?
Before sorry, we came to the washouts. I was trying to explain how we get in, because we were in line, and then she's like, she wants us to come over, but she's not moving the sign from my mentee to be able to swing wide, so we don't end up getting caught up on the rails and stuff. So I'm trying to get it set up for him, but
okay.
Then we're trying to do stand size. But
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Just a word of advice too, when we're talking about cravings. So if you're doing your macros for the day, and I know that my boys are going to want to go get a cheeseburger. Okay, tighten everything else up. Make room for those macros so you're not going over your macros with your fats and your meats and your breads or whatever your carbs. So you can also go out and get go have a meal, or go have, a burger, and just make sure it fits inside of your macros for the day. And that will also help with those cravings as well.
It's like trip planning.
Yeah, absolutely. You're trip planning your body. Yep. That's a great analogy. I'm going to start using that one. Yeah.
Just like we all know how to do trip planning. Totally.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Totally. All right. Hey, we got to wrap this one up. James, you're the man. Keep it up.
Yes, sir. Keep it up.
Darrell.
I'm so proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, we're proud of you,
Thanks, man. Thank you.
244 by the end of May next year. Here it comes.
Yes, sir.
Just a little cliff note before I leave. I'm sorry. Part of the other reason for the motivation and stuff like that behind wanting to get back to it was because of Mr. Darrell. When I first met him at the first rodeo we went to, when I saw this dude for the first time, he gets out of the truck and I'm looking at all these other truck drivers and I see Darrell come out and I'm like, this dude is yoked and he's a truck driver. I'm definitely doing something wrong. If this guy can do it, I know I can do it. So I don't know if I'm ever going to get up to like Darrell, where I'm going to be like walking out the truck, be like, what's up, guys? But I'm going to get the weight down.
That actually touches my heart. Thank you.
It's true. It's true. Both of you guys are an inspiration. Appreciate you so much. We'll do another one of these maybe in another month or so and see how you're doing. And hopefully we get Big Slice on that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you Slice. All right. See you guys. Thank you so much.
Yes,
You're
sir.
welcome. See you guys.
Bye-bye.